Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vuvu and this is Vuvu Vena Reads. If you are new on here, please consider pressing the red subscribe button down below. But if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back fam! And if you've been coming through but haven't yet joined the family, please do consider doing that right now by pressing the red subscribe button down below. So a little bit of housekeeping. I am shooting in the house. My kids are in the house as per always. I always feel like I owe you guys a courtesy of letting you know that there will be some background noise from my kids who are currently playing in their room, and I'm hoping for a little bit of grace, and I'm gonna try and make sure that my sound is obviously more magnified than theirs. But with that said, let's get right into today's video.
So Vuvu Vena _reads is an amazing book reviewer, also YouTuber. She reviews books on YouTube, and if I'm not mistaken, she also has a blog as well. So please, if for your connection with literature, get in touch with or follow at VUVUVENA _reads. She is based in South Africa, and I think it is also extremely important to follow literary content creators who are based outside of the West and in continental Africa, because they do a really good job of bridging the gap.
We appreciate you, Vuvu, for bringing us Turning Pages and for bringing us your BookTube channel.
You know, this is a chance for people to actually see some people that I really enjoy.
Please consider pressing the red subscribe button down below. And if you're a returnee, welcome back, fam!
Vuvu, you're amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
So in today's video, I'm reviewing the fourth book in the Hlomu series, which is Iqunga by Dudu Busani-Dube, who is a South African author. In this book, we get to see context into who the Zulu brothers are, how they became who they are, and what of it is actually outside of their power and what is. We get to understand why they chose the wives that they chose, why their lives turned out to be the way that they are, and how that might affect their kids down the line. So it is something that talks to whether or not you want to term it a generational curse or a generational blessing, and we get to find the actual root of the thing. And this is what I love most about the story, is that it goes back to answering those questions that have built up over the series of the first 3 books, and also those doubts that you might have had about the narrative and how, I won't say realistic because it does feel realistic, but realistic it is, and also the things that made you want to question why these women flock to these men or why they stay, and other things that occur in these men's lives that are inexplicable but are reoccurring, right? And you're thinking to yourself, surely people cannot be living this way. Like, there's never a breather, it seems, in these people's lives. And what this book comes through and does is that it makes you understand exactly why, and it leaves you with a great comprehension that allows you to want to know a little bit more about this family. I love how you also see the growth of the author in this book. Her writing style is, like, I think for me the biggest fun in this journey of reading the Hlomu series has been discovering Dudu, the author. She was easily somebody that you would have neglected from the first book, but as the books have come along and toppled in, because last year she released 2 books, this one and Mess, and as you are reading along, you get a sense of just how beautifully she has grown into her self. And it's such a, I don't know, such a marvel to watch. I really appreciate this about this series more than anything. Don't get me wrong, she tells a spicy story, but I love the fact that it feels like you have walked this journey of creativity and talent with her. I really love that, and I don't think that enough of our authors that we consume show this sense of vulnerability in their writing and in their growth in craftsmanship. That is something that I really appreciate about Dudu as an author. And going back to the story, in this one we also find out that every single family has a flaw. Every family has a flaw, and you are naive to assume that your family or the whatever happened before you existed within your family has nothing to do with you. So I love how she's brought in that ancestry, that whole idea of lineage, that whole idea of generational blessings and curses, and even the idea of there has to be somebody somewhere down the line who decides this will continue with me or this will end with me. And we see also the breaking of these people that we had always thought were so tough, that were so hard, that could have made so, like, taken anything that was thrown their way. We see again, she gives us that window of vulnerability into these people's lives, and we break with them. I don't know how to explain this to you. She has definitely entrenched them so well into our hearts that we break with them, and we almost want to wish upon their lives that whatever this attempt at this self-discovery as a unit, though, but self-discovery is something that actually has a better effect into the rest of their lives, as though it may be some kind of transformation or rebirth of their lives. And we want to wish away everything else that has ever happened to them, because we've now gotten to know them right down back to their grandparents, right? And I don't know about you, if you've read this book, if you really feel like their lives will change once the book is over. I was skeptical at the end of this book. I wanted to believe so hard that things will change, but parts of me were like, will they really change? And the exploration of this side of their lives, this traditional cultural side of their lives, was done so well. And there were things in here that I think a lot of traditional or cultural Black South African people will be able to identify with. I'm saying Black South African because that's my context. That's not to say that anybody reading this from a different country might not be able to identify with this. But what I'm trying to say is that Dudu managed to take something that is, it's not taboo, but something that is not so often engaged in conversation. And that's not to say it can't be. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That's why I'm saying it's not taboo, but something that's not so often engaged in conversation, especially among millennials and westernized African people. And she's made it something so central in the story that she has told from the beginning, that she is tying together in this one. And I think that part of the brilliance of authors is to write for their own people, and I think that Dudu has done this very well, especially with the offering of this book. I absolutely loved this one. It was my second 5 out of 5 stars in the series. I feel like it was totally written for me, and I understood it, and I empathized. I feel like she got all the emotions she desired from a reader with me while I was reading this one. Absolutely loved it. I'm probably gonna go back and reread maybe the entire series, but the 2 books that I know that I'll probably go back to often is Naledi His Love and Iqunga. With that said, thank you so very much for tuning in, and until next time, I love you very much for choosing me. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.